Hello everybody and welcome back. I have kind of a weird video for you today. Not weird maybe, but unusual. I have a bag here fully packed. No, I'm not going on a trip. It has to do with a huge epiphany I had while we were on our recent trip to Italy and Switzerland. I can't wait to share this bag with you. I can't wait to share why it's packed, and I'm really glad you're here. So as most of you know, we just got back from a 10-day trip to Italy and Switzerland. It was a little planes, trains, and automobiles. We were on and off of several trains. We had a rental car. It was a little furious and fast and furious in all the good ways, and we loved it. I had been very hesitant to take this particular kind of trip. You know what I'm talking about. The trip that's almost backpacking through Europe, but not quite, because I am 55 years old, so I do still like my nice hotels and a shower and all of the things, but a little more adventurous, certainly more adventurous than like a cruise vacation or anything like that. This trip was a lot. I had to have my brain firing on all cylinders a lot of the time, especially as we were navigating freeways in Italy and trying to figure out the rental car situation and trying to haul our stuff on trains and all of the things. And most of the trip was magical and perfect, but there was one element that did not work for me, and that was we had too much stuff. Now, yes, I had done carry-on only. Yes, I had taken my tried and true away travel roller bag and a reasonable size backpack, but honest to goodness, as we got through the trip, and especially because we were doing so many physical things, it felt like someone was putting rocks in my bag. It seemed to get heavier and heavier and heavier, and on crowded trains and a heavy bag, going upstairs where we were in Vernazza, all of the things, it just didn't work. So when we got home, I started doing research and I scoured all of the websites looking for the perfect bag, a much smaller than what I'm used to carrying bag that could also convert into a backpack, that also had a roller handle with a type of trolley handle I'm used to, so I could use my existing personal item bags, something very lightweight but would still hold enough for me to spend 10 days again in Europe. And I think I found it. Now, before I go any further, this video is not sponsored and not affiliate, but the bag I ended up purchasing is this one from Rick Steves. It is a roller bag. It converts to a backpack. Don't worry, I'm going to show you everything about the bag. But before we get into the specifics of this bag, we have to talk about packing light for a Europe trip that's like the one I just did. I have to tell you, I thought I had packed light, but as it turned out, I only wore probably 70% of what I packed. And so what I did when we got back, scoured the internet, ordered this bag. Then after I did my laundry, pulled out the clothes that I actually ended up wearing, and I have repacked my entire bag. Now, y'all, I could actually leave tomorrow with what is in this bag and just this very small personal item bag, and I could head out again on a 10-day trip to Europe. Am I doing that? Well, no, I'm not doing that, but I could, is my point. So let's go through the features of this bag, everything I have packed in here, and we're gonna talk about this kind of Europe trip, how it's so much different than the Europe trips I've done in the past, and why I'm like super excited to go again. Okay, so let's talk about the specifics of this bag first. I have my contacts in, which means I need my reading glasses. Rick Steves' rolling backpack delivers the best of both worlds. By the way, this is not a new bag. I think this bag has been around since like 2009. So, you know, I'm a little late to this particular party. Switching from the ease of wheels to the versatility of a backpack whenever you choose, weighing in at just over 5.5 pounds, so significantly lighter than my away bag. I think my away bag is 6.5 pounds, so a full pound lighter. If that's not right, I'll put the correct number down here. I don't have those facts and figures right in my head. This ultra lightweight carry-on friendly bag, 14 by 20 by 7, so also the right size for European carriers, which is important, is made from super strong UV and water resistant exterior fabric, ideal for round the world travel. And then it goes in and it gives you all the specifics of the bag. So it's, what did he say? Is it 30? I think it's 36 liters. So my away backpack is 42 liters. But when I started packing it up, and by the way, their warranty is every Rick Steves travel product comes with our guarantee that it will be free from material and manufacturing defects for the life of the product. So they also have a really good warranty. Now I went with this forest green color. because it's one of my colors. Y'all know I just got my, oops, it's upside down. I just got my colors done. And so this is actually one of my colors. Not that your bag needs to be one of your colors. But the basics of the bag are you've got a really, really sturdy trolley handle. You do only have 2 wheels, not 4 wheels. You've got some great pockets in the front, and we're going to get into all of these, I promise. This one in particular goes the whole length of the front of the bag, which I love. And then it opens up like a trunk instead of like a clamshell, which for this particular kind of trip that I'm planning on, I think that will be much more helpful. It has multiple carry handles. You've got a carry handle here and a carry handle here. And this is fully stuffed, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like on my back. So if I was gonna get on a train with this, this is what I would look like. Okay, here we go. Here's the bag. Here's how it works for me if I wear it as a backpack. Now, I'm not actually gonna be like hiking through Europe with it like this, but to get up the steps in Vernazza where we were staying, to climb on and off of a train, to just have this, check it, and then this would go on the front, just like this. This is what will have my passport, my important papers, my wallet, my cell phone with all of the different security features. This on my back, I would probably put a little lock on there just to have everything secured, and the zippers do accommodate that. And y'all, this would be me. This would be all I would need. Hands-free, able to get on the trains, able to climb up the steps, all the things without getting completely exhausted just from the burden of all of my stuff. I'm telling y'all, by the time we got back to the Milan airport, I was ready to burn everything that I had brought. And what I learned, especially if you can do laundry at some point along the way, you can hand wash, you can find a laundromat. A lot of the Airbnbs have a washing machine. I actually bought a couple of things to make that easier to do. And I kind of loved having fewer choices. And it was almost like an experiment where like, what if I wore the same thing every single day of a trip? I didn't wear the same thing every day. If you've been watching the vlogs, I mixed it up. It didn't seem like I was wearing the same thing, but it's the kind of trip where you're out there, you're free as a bird, you're doing all the adventuring. Now, would this get heavy after a while? Probably. To wear it where I would need to, particularly on trains, I think this would work great. And I actually told Scott, like, I'm ready now. Can we go now, please? Can we go now? Gonna have to wait a few months, but you know, when we're ready, we're ready. Okay, let's look at what I have packed in here and why I know for sure it will be good for 10 days, because this is exactly what I just used for 10 days. Okay, so first things first, the zippers on this bag are incredible. By the way, I don't even think I mentioned the price. I think this bag was $168. So on the very, very reasonable end of this type of luggage. It opens up like this. So you have your stuff here, and then you have your stuff here. Now here's everything that I have packed in here. And this does have really cool compression straps. It also has a place for you to put your water bottle, which is fantastic. So right here I have my packable jacket, which this got so much use. Once again, little fun fact, this Land's End packable coat has been my best seller in all of the affiliate marketing I've ever done. So I will definitely link that below. It has a little carry thing that it goes in, but I find it's better to just squish it in wherever it fits because of the way that it folds up. So we've got that. We've got one pair of nicer shoes. These were my Cherok's shoes. These I wore for like nicer evenings out or like during the day when we weren't going to be out very long. So those are in there. We have, yes, my nice Gucci bag, because in the evenings, I do like to look, you know, a little bit nicer. And this bag was really good for that. Loved this bag on that trip. Thank you to my dear husband for buying it for me the last time he was in Rome. In this packing cube, what do I have in here? I did this the other day. I have my tops. So I have one sweater and 4 tops, 2 long sleeve and 2 short sleeve, which was exactly perfect for what I needed. Most of the tops are fabrics that do not hold smells. They are merino wool or they are cotton. All dry very quickly and all just look really fresh and put together. This one has 5 pairs of underwear, 5 sets of socks, and 3 bras. Again, because definitely doing laundry. And then this one has my bottoms. Now keep in mind, on the airplane for this adventurous trip that hasn't been planned, I'll be wearing another pair of pants, probably like joggers, a shirt, my little jacket, and probably one more layer like a light sweater. So I have a whole nother option with what I'm wearing on the plane. I have my jeans and I have one pair of hiking / workout pants. And then I have my blue J. Jill Ponte pants, which are nicer for in the evenings and whatnot. So that is everything that's packed in this part of the bag. Now the bag also comes with 2 different laundry bags, which are right here, and that's just strapped in. So when you go to do your laundry or whatever, you can take that out. All right, now in this section up here is really very big. I was very impressed with this. I have my rain jacket, which go watch my packing video if you want more. I'll also link it below. This is from REI. I love this rain jacket. I have my sun hat. I have my pajamas, because you got to have pajamas. And then this is an idea that was given to me actually on Rick Steves' YouTube channel. And I want to talk about this for a minute. So I'm going to sit back down. So one of the people on his team, I cannot remember her name, but she did a fantastic packing video for women. And this is a concept that she introduced me to that is kind of blowing my mind. And that is the concept of a packing cube that is your junk drawer for your trip, which if you're going to multiple stops, I think this is really, really important. And in here, I have a few other things that I picked up from the Rick Steves website. So first I have in here my disposable contacts, because that is one thing I cannot pick up in Europe if I run into trouble. So plenty of my disposable contacts. I have a little shopper tote because they do not usually have bags in the stores in Europe. So you want to make sure you have a little foldable tote. I haven't taken these out of the package yet, but I bought the Rick Steves clothesline, because you can easily hang this up anywhere. It has Velcro to dry your clothes, and also the travel washcloths. One thing in most of Europe, the hotels do not have washcloths. And for me, I need a washcloth. So these are very small and very quick drying. And that is a set of 2. I have my retainer and I have my hairbrush. So these are just like non-liquid items that I need to take. I need to have a place to put them. I might also stick in here like my journal and a pen, just little things like that. But I had never thought about the idea of having a packing cube that was like a designated miscellaneous, all of the other things. The other thing that is not in here that I probably would stick in here is my travel fan. That would be the perfect place for this, and it would easily fit. Okay, let's look at the features of the front of the bag. Okay, a little bit of a fail. I should have showed you this while stuff was still in the bag, but pretend that it's still in there. So in the front of the bag, in this section here, I have my gravel travel blanket, which fits oh so perfectly right here. So even with my backpacking adventures, I don't have to do without my travel blanket. In this pouch here, I don't think I put anything. Oh no, I did. This is my new little medication pouch. I actually only take one medicine that's a true prescription. So I would also want to stick the actual bottle in my other little bag. But you know where I got this, you guys, is just at Walgreens. And I love that it's a hard shell. The one that I had finally bit the dust. I don't know if I can find this for you, but I was at Walgreens with my mom and I was like, okay, I kind of love that. So that is right here. And then in this big compartment, and I hope that this will read on camera, that this compartment here goes all the way down. See where my hand is? The whole length of the bag. And in here, I have my brand new small toiletry kit from Gravel. I'm going to talk to you about this in just a minute. And then I have my makeup bag. Okay, let's talk about these 2 pieces. Okay, so the other big epiphany I had is I am taking too many toiletries. I felt like I was pretty minimal with toiletries, but our bathroom at our wonderful apartment in Vernazza had a tiny, tiny, tiny counter area. And I just had too much stuff to like keep track of and to store. So this is the mini toiletry kit from Gravel. Now I don't have my toothbrush in here, I think I took my toothbrush out, but it's divided into 2 compartments. It has a zipper pocket here that is designed just for your teeth stuff. So your toothbrush, toothpaste, and your floss. And it keeps your teeth stuff away from everything else. Look at that. So it's just this compartment here. And then the other side, the material on this is like that ballistic material, impervious, won't hurt anything. I fit absolutely everything that are my skincare essentials, everything that I would need. And again, I know because I took it directly from my bag and I was like, why am I taking all this stuff? Where we go in Europe, there are drugstores aplenty. There is a pharmacy in any small town. Even Vernazza had a pharmacy. I know because I bought sunscreen from the very kind pharmacist there who recommended a fantastic brand that we can't get in the US that I'm gonna have to try and hunt down. But really, I realized all I need is night cream, day cream, deodorant, my Elemis stuff to take off my makeup, because you know I'm addicted to that, my razor, some lip balm, and really that's it. Because and I do have a couple of Band-Aids in here. Everywhere we typically stay does have skincare products. And again, if they didn't, I will go into the little local pharmacy and have fun figuring out which body lotion might be good or whatever, because they have beautiful things there. And that's it. That is my entire toiletry kit. Look how tiny it is. I'm so excited about this. It has this little loop right here so you can hang it up, whatever. The tooth stuff being separate just kind of blew my mind. I just love that. Now, I'm not going to be able to fit my big electric toothbrush, so it'll just be a regular toothbrush, but that's okay because, you know, we're making sacrifices. Also, you can hang it like this. This bag here has all of my makeup. Now, I want to say something about makeup in Europe. I wore more makeup than I probably would because I was filming, but by and large, women in Europe, especially during the day, if you're not in the big cities, especially if you're my age, they are not wearing makeup. And honestly, I was looking around one day on the train at all of the women that were my age or older, and I was like, none of them are wearing makeup, and it actually makes you kind of stand out. So I have very, very minimal makeup in here. For some reason, I have another retainer. I guess I was paranoid about forgetting my retainer in my imaginary trip, but super, super minimal, and all the makeup that I would ever need or want for my trip. So for toiletries, this is it. This is all I'm taking. Oh my gosh. So I'm a little stunned at everything that this bag held, and also how lightweight it is, and how many of the different compartments that there are, and the way that it is organized. I love that it opens up like this. I love how easy it is to roll. Let me show you the trolley handle, because I looked also at the Osprey rolling backpack. I saw a lot of people with that backpack. And when I say I saw a lot of people doing this, some of them were in their 70s and 80s, y'all. So I'm saying that 70s and 80s are not what they used to be. And I kind of just never thought I would like to do this kind of adventure, but now I totally do. So thank you, Rick Steves, for inspiring us. But also this has this really fun handle on it. It's padded. The trolley sleeve, or not trolley sleeve, the trolley handle on the Osprey one is just a single pole. So if I wanted to take one of my other secondary item bags and use this bag, it wouldn't hang properly, if that makes sense, on the handle. This handle is very sturdy. Now, again, you've only got 2 wheels on this bag, not 4 wheels, but to be able to have the trade-off of being able to use it on my back as a backpack, to not have me feel, I mean, you're still going to feel like your bag is heavy, but not nearly as bad as what we just experienced. I'm excited. I'm like ready to go right now. So this was just a quick video. I am hearing wonderful things about this bag. I mentioned it on Patreon and also on Instagram. So real quick, if you're not one of my patrons, it would mean the world to me if you would go ahead and join us over there. I am starting to list all of my full-length videos there. So if you don't want to see ads here, if you want to be able to just watch that video all the way through, go ahead and join us. It's only $7 a month, and I'll see you over there. And if your little name is scrolling right now for Patreon, I love you so much. And a few of you messaged me and said that you have had his bags and that they last a really, really long time. I do plan on using this on our next big adventure. The next trip I have coming up is very different. It's a trip to Florida, and so I'll probably be going back to my old kit. But whenever we are ready to go on the big adventure, I now have the bag for that trip, and I'm going to be getting on those trains like a boss. Little bonus tip, I did see a gentleman that was height disadvantaged, kind of like me. He was a little shorter than I am, and an Italian man, and the way that he got his bags on the train, I was like, you're a friggin' genius. Because the train, a lot of times you'll stand on the platform and the train step is like way the heck up there. So I was like trying to hoist, I mean, of course Scott would have helped me, but you know, I'm hyper independent because of childhood trauma. So I was like trying to hoist my bag on. This man stood there and he grabbed his bag and he threw it on the train, and then he grabbed his other bag and he threw that on the train, and then and only then did he put his own body on the train. And I was like, you, sir, are a genius. Okay, I hope you had fun today. Buy this bag if you like it. Rick is an amazing human being. He's been donating a lot to the ACLU. He stands up for all the right things. Again, not sponsored, not affiliate. I just wanted to bring you a really fun review of a bag that I'm super excited to take, hopefully back to Europe very, very soon. Love you guys, whatever you're doing today. I hope you're finding joy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.